Year 9s, quick shout out to the guys who finished all 3 of the practice tests. Well done, Taj. And
you too bad.
That's Taj McCartney, everyone.
Well done, Jack. All right. Okay, so time to be quiet now so we can go through these. So this is test 2. You are allowed to calculate in this test. Here we go. Question 1. Given 2 to the power 5, state the value of the base. So the base is the 2 and the index would be the 5. So in the next question, the value of the index here, this is the power of 2. Simplify each of the following. Leave your answer in index form. So when we're multiplying indices, we add them together. So we're going to get 2 to the power of 12, and then it's divided by 2 to the power 3. So when we're dividing, we subtract the indices. So our final answer becomes 2 to the power 9. All right, next question. This actually was a tricky question when you guys did the test. We need to remember that anything to the power 0 should be equal to 1. So what we've got here is we have 4 multiplied by 1 plus... I'm not sure, I haven't checked yet. And then we've got 1 multiplied by 1. So 4 multiplied by 1 gives us 4, plus 1 multiplied by 1 gives us 1. So our final answer would be 5. Conversions. Convert 0.056 to a percentage. So nice and easy way to do this with a calculator. So all we need to do, converting a decimal to a percentage, is to multiply by 100. So we get 0.056 multiplied by 100, and if we get this, we press our SD button, switch it to 5.6%. And if you guys have done this one, you can sort of check the answers as well. So 3.5% to a decimal. So we do the opposite, we divide by 100, and we get 0.035. 45% to a simplified fraction. So we know that that would just be 45 on 100, but we need to simplify that. 45 and 100 can both divide by 5. 45 divided by 5 would give us 9. 100 divided by 5 would give us 25. 207% to a decimal. Again, we just divide by 100 and we would get 2.07. Oh, sorry. What did I divide by? 4 or 5? Divided by 5. Didn't I? Yeah, so you're right. That would become... Oh, no, hang on. No, it would be 25. I'll get to that. There's a question on that in here in a minute, so I'll get to that. So what did you do then? Press the SD button. 0.45. Oh yeah, sorry, I've divided by 4 there, haven't I? I've put it into quarters. Silly mistake there. Yes, no, you're right, that is 20. Yeah, 100 divided by 5, 20, not 25, obviously. 2/5 to a percentage. So if you're using your calculator, you can just go keyboard, or you can, or yours doesn't have a keyboard, you can go 2/5 as a fraction, multiply by 100, 40%. Okay. Easy way to do it in your head would have been to go, well, 2/5 would be equivalent to 4/10, which is 40%, or 40 hundredths. Okay, but if you've got a calculator, it may as well use it. To increase a number by 15%, we need to multiply by 1 and 15%, which as a decimal would be 0.15. So it's 1.15. to decrease a number by 20%, so effectively we're getting 80% of the number, okay, because we're taking 20% off the full amount, we would multiply by 0.8. To increase a number by what? Multiply by 2.5. So that's if we're increasing by 150%. Because if we're increasing something by, let's say if we're increasing something by 20%, we would multiply by 1.2. If we're increasing something by 80%, it would be 1.8. Increasing by something by 100%, it would be 2. So if we're increasing something by 2.5, it's going to be 150%. Okay. To calculate 35% of a number, multiply it by 0.35. Question 4. Determine 20% of 84. Okay, so we have 84 multiplied by 20%. We write it as a decimal, so 0.2. 16.8. Harry scored 36 out of 40 on his maths test. Write his score as a percentage. So we will do 36 divided by 40, multiply it by 100. Okay. And we can just do it as a fraction like this, 36 divided by 40, multiply by 100. It's going to be a pretty high percentage, obviously, 90%. Well done.
Yeah.
And make sure, if they say percentage, you must have their percentage sign there. Write 75 cents as a percentage of $3. So we've got to be careful with this one. We've got to make sure they're in the same units. So 75 cents, $3, how many cents in $3? It would be 300. Okay, and as a percentage, so we need to multiply that by 100. So 75, this is another way you can do it, just you can actually divide and then multiply. And that's 25%. Increase 86 by 15%. Okay, so we're multiplying by 115% or 1.15. So 86 multiplied by 1.15. And guys, you can bet that this sort of thing will probably come up again a fair bit in this year's exam. Okay, so 98.9. Remember, ask yourself, does that sound about right? But increasing 86 by 15%, yep, sounds good. Decrease 150 by 25%. I should show my working here. So 150, if I'm decreasing it by 25%, I'm going to be left with 75% of the value. So I'm multiplying by 0.75. And we should get $112.50. It's not money, actually, it's just 112.5. Okay. Question 5. Determine the original price of a pair of shoes that they're selling for $102 with a discount of 15%. So that is the discounted price. The 15% has already been taken off. So we had an amount. They've taken 15% off. So they've multiplied that amount by 85%. And they got an answer of 102. So to go in the other, to find out this missing value, we reverse it. We go the other way. We go 102 divided by 0.85. So 102 divided by 0.85 gives us 120. So 102 divided by 0.85 equals 120, and that would be our final answer, our original amount. And it sounds right. 120, take a discount of 15% off. Ends up being 102. Difference between a salary and a wage. Okay, so a salary is like a yearly amount you get paid, and a wage is like an hourly rate. So for example, if they say someone gets paid $25 an hour, they're talking about their wage. Someone says they get paid $80,000 a year, they're talking about a salary. Okay, question 7. A bike that was purchased for 320 brand new was sold 2 years later for 150. Was the bike sold for a profit or a loss? So if you buy something and you sell it for less, you've obviously made a loss. What is the value of the loss? So we need to work out, so 320 minus 150, and that's $170. Determine the profit or loss as a percentage of the original price. Okay, so the loss is 170. That's a percentage of the original price, which is 320. And we multiply that by 100 because it's a percentage. So 170 divided by 320, multiplied by 100, it's 53.125%. So the bike has lost 53% of its value. Okay, part B. So Luke buys pencils in bulk, 18 cents a pencil, and plans to sell them to his disorganized classmates. He would like to make a profit of 275%. Quite a good profit. Determine the price Luke should sell the pencils for. Okay, so if he's paying 18 cents and he wants to make 275% as a profit, okay, what do we need to multiply by? So, well, let's work something out here. Let's say if he sold them for, let's say if he doubled them and sold them for 36 cents, okay, his profit would be 18 cents, and that would be a 100% profit, okay? So if he's doubled the price, in other words, if he multiplies by 2, that's actually an increase of 100%. So if he multiplies by 3, that's going to be an increase of 200%. So he wants to increase by 275%. So he's actually going to have to multiply by 3.75. Now we'll just see if this works in a minute. So 18 cents multiplied by 3.75, so 67.5 cents, or 67, yeah, actually, I'm going to have to write it like that, 0.5 cents. Now we can work out that if that's true, because we can work out, okay, from 18 to 67.5, what's the profit there? So 67.5 subtract 18, okay, is 49.5 cents. So if we do that as a percentage of the original sale price, we can see it's 275%. Okay. So how much profit will he make if he sells 25 pencils? Okay, so he will outlay 18 cents times 25. Okay. Or actually, probably the quickest way would be just to work out how much he makes per pencil and then multiply that by 25. So we worked out that 49.5 cents was his profit per pencil. And so if we multiply that by 25 pencils, shush. So 49.5 cents by 25 pencils. Okay, so this is how many cents? So that's 1,237.5 cents. But we need to change that into dollars because that doesn't really make sense. Yep. Very good. So, yeah, so how do we convert from cents to dollars? What do we do? 100 cents is $1, so we divide by 100, yeah. So if we divide by 100, it's $12 and we'd have to round that to 38. So $12 and 37.5 cents. We'd round that to 38 cents. Okay. That would be our final answer. All right, I'm going to stop the recording there, guys, and I'll do it in 2 different videos. So that's the first half done.